Most new trains don't have smooth introductions, and this one is certainly no exception. Having meant to enter service in 2019, over 4 years later, South Western Railway's brand new Class 701 trains have finally entered service for use on the suburban lines out of London Waterloo. I'll be taking you inside this brand new train and showing you the ins and outs of the future of South West London commuter services. Now sit back and enjoy the ride. Today's journey begins at London Waterloo, formerly the UK's busiest station but now the third busiest following the rise of the Elizabeth line in recent years. Waterloo station dates back to 1848 and saw a substantial rebuild in 1922, though most people will know this station as the former Eurostar terminal from when the service began in 1994 until 2007 when they moved to a newly repurposed St Pancras International. In fact, this infrastructure still remains in the present day, the former check-in area being a small shopping complex and platforms 20 to 24 being remodelled for domestic traffic on South Western Railway's commuter network. This is a necessity given that the station saw over 57 million exits and entries in 2023, despite nobody using the trains anymore, supposedly. The new Class 701s will be replacing both the oldest and newest trains in South Western Railway's metro and suburban fleet, namely the Class 455s are nearly 40 years old and the Class 707 trains at a mere 6.5 years old. South Eastern have already taken on 28 of the 30 707s, with the remaining 2 still with SWR heading the full Class 701 introduction. The future of the 455s is likely a one-way trip to the scrapyard, I'm afraid. Our service today leaves at platform 19 as the 10:25 service to Windsor and Eton Riverside. So let's head there now. As with all London termini, ticket barriers are in operation, and as can regularly be the case, they do fail to operate. Just show your ticket to the staff and you're good to go.
Thank you.
And here we are. The Class 701s were manufactured by Alstom, formerly Bombardier, from 2019 onwards, the year they were meant to enter service. The units are part of the ever-growing Aventra family and are branded by SWR as Arterio to represent the trains ferrying commuters through the arteries of the London suburban network, though I think with the delays it's more appropriate to call them heart attacks, given the fact they've been clogging the arteries of the SWR network long before even entering service. The revised plan for the class is currently using them on a soft launch basis between London Waterloo and Windsor and Eton Riverside, after which usage of the fleet will gradually be extended to the rest of the SWR metro and suburban network, serving places such as Woking, Reading, Guildford, and so much more. One thing that is immediately apparent with the trains is the lack of level boarding. I mean, it is possible in 2024, right? Anyway, there are 2 variants of the Class 701, the Class 701-5, which is a 5-car unit, and the 10-car unit Class 701-0. The latter is the first type to enter service with SWR and will be our train today. This particular unit, 701037, was the first passenger carrying set a few days before this recording, and still has that new train smell. All seats are standard class in a 2x2 configuration, with a mixture of airline and table seats, the latter being a gap in the existing suburban fleet. As previously mentioned, the trains are only currently running out of London Waterloo to Windsor and Eton Riverside as part of the soft launch, and whilst we won't be calling at every station like a lot of services there do, we'll still call it a fair few as we navigate out of South West London before moving on to Surrey and eventually Berkshire, with our expected arrival time into Windsor being at 11 UK time, after just under an hour of travel. It's a beautiful day for travelling, so great to take it slow. Our departure from London Waterloo is on time at 10:25 AM UK time. Here the train's impressive acceleration can be admired as it leaves Waterloo. A massive thanks to Stephen Champion who filmed my train departing. I've linked his channel in the below description. Now for my initial findings with the interior as we left. First of all, I love how you can see the entire train thanks to the open gangways, which makes it much easier to navigate too. Though looking adjacent to where I'm sitting highlights one major flaw, the window alignment. In some places it can be pretty poor, as seen here. But let's divert our attention now back to our side, where we arrive into our first stop of Vauxhall just over 5 minutes after leaving Waterloo, where you can change for the Victoria line. This station also counts as a London terminal from a ticketing perspective, presumably as it's in Zone 1/2 on the London fare system. One of my favourite parts of this route is watching our 10 Cars 701 snake through the southwest London urban sprawl. This area is popular for young professionals and has seen a huge uplift in development in recent years as a result. Queenstown Road, Battersea is another stop frequently done on this route. However, our service is skipping it today, instead running non-stop to Clapham Junction, our second calling point. Whilst not the UK's busiest station by passenger numbers, it is by overall traffic, normally seeing between 100 to 180 trains passing through per hour and around 2,000 trains passing through per day pre-pandemic by 3 different operators under numerous lines and sub-brands. Here we can see this displayed clearly on the 701 passenger information system, which is useful for passengers interchanging the many services that this station hosts. Clapham Yard is just to the left, where multiple 701s are based as they conduct testing prior to entering service. Believe me, there's a lot of them. At the time of upload, 71 of the 90 units to be built have been accepted by SWR and are pending driver training prior to their eventual rollout. As we diverge from the South Western Main Line onto the Waterloo to Reading line, now's a good time to check out the features of the train. I was a bit sceptical about the seats at first, but the comfort on them isn't too bad. Certainly more padded than other ironing board seats I've tried in the past. I do have to say though, the legroom on these is absolutely terrible, mainly due to the support bar beneath the seat, as is a common flaw with the Aventry design in general. Perhaps one of the more welcome changes is the addition of tables, even if they are slightly smaller than desired. At the end of the day, this is a commuter unit and does hold a laptop nicely. As to be expected from a brand new train, you'll find a UK 3-pin power socket and 2 USB Type-A sockets per duo seat, and whilst there isn't that much available luggage space wise, you'll still find some overhead space available as well as gaps between the seats. Oh, and I of course can't forget to return to the vast amount of information displayed on the passenger information screens. Though it does seem as though these trains are slightly stuck in the past with references to TfL rail as opposed to the Elizabeth line, not to mention the card map as opposed to an electronic one. Overall, the interior is great for the work these units do and is miles above the legacy fleet they're replacing. I'm impressed, minus the poor window alignment. One thing to note is that these units have a top speed of 100 miles per hour. However, most of the routes they'll be introduced on will run much lower than this. Case in point here, where the running speed is only 60 miles per hour. Richmond is another major interchange on our route today, where you can alight for the London Underground's District Line and the recently renamed London Overground's Mild Main Line. Yeah, I'm still not a huge fan of that. I'm sure those of you in the comments below may also have an opinion on the new names of the London Overground lines. We then crossed the Grade 2 listed Richmond Railway Bridge over the River Thames, which has stood here since 1848, though was rebuilt in 1908 to address structural integrity concerns. The site of the newly built Feltham depot can be seen to the left, designed specifically to stable the new Class 701 fleet. This was formerly the Feltham Freight Marshalling Yard, dating back to World War I, which eventually fell into disuse and closed in 1969. Feltham Station itself is the final station in the London Travel Card Zone in Zone 6, and also provides road links to the nearby Heathrow Airport. Another huge improvement with these trains over what they're replacing is the improved space for bike storage, as well as grab handles for those passengers standing. You'll also find a rather sizable wheelchair space accessible via a ramp. And, what's this? A toilet! Yes, this is the first for South Western Railway's metro fleet, and there are 2 PRM toilets per 10 car set.
The next station is Staines.
Despite having already been in service for 2 days, the toilet was impeccably clean and contains a decent amount of amenities such as baby changing facilities and coat hangers. Everything works as it should too, so that's a thumbs up from me. So what is it exactly that delayed these trains? They seem good on paper, right? Well, excluding COVID-19, a lot of the delays have been attributed to union disputes, first of all with the driver cab designs and second surrounding their usage without a guard. Moreover, various technical and software faults have resulted in numerous setbacks with the fault-free running of the trains, with SWR continuously pushing back their introduction date until January 2024. Safe to say they've had a rather troubled start. As we progress further out of London into both the Surrey and Berkshire countrysides, it's safe to say the signal will be increasingly poorer, which is where the free Wi-Fi on the 701s comes in. The connection was pretty strong and allowed me to do my work and browse my phone with ease, though do be aware there are use limitations. Being 10-coach trains, there will be some stations where not all coaches will be available to alight from, as is the case with Sunnymeads, where you have to alight using the front 7 coaches of the train. I'm in coach 9 and as can be seen, the whole train struggles to fit the whole platform. Our last stop for today is Datchet, located around 5 minutes away from our destination of Windsor, so I'll make my conclusions. Overall, I was much more impressed with the 701s than expected. Minus the poor window alignment and lack of level boarding, they're a huge step change for SWR metro services and are certainly an upgrade compared to the trains they're replacing. Though these trains will sadly be tainted by the numerous faults and delays that plagued their introduction into passenger service, having not carried passengers for at most 5 years since being initially built. As for the cost of today's journey, I booked an off-peak day return for £10.60, including my 16 to 25 railcard discount, so not too outrageous for an on-the-day purchase. Unlike the Arterio's introduction, we arrived into Windsor and Eton Riverside on time at 11:19. Now you've heard from me, I want to hear from you. What did you think of South Western Railway's brand new trains? Have you had a chance to ride them yet? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed today's video and don't forget to like and share it, as well as subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more content such as this weekly. And with the views of Windsor Castle in the background, I'll leave the video there. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time.